In the quiet echoes of history, there exists a world of chivalry, honor, and softly clanging armor, a world of knights who rode beneath banners fluttering in the gentle breeze. These warriors were more than soldiers, they were guardians, symbols of ideals, and participants in stories that have drifted across centuries like whispered legends. From the stone castles perched atop hills to the forests where tournaments were held, the lives of knights were intertwined with duty, courage, and quiet reflection. Today, we invite you to wander slowly through 25 sleepy facts about knights, discovering their rituals, battles, armor, and codes of honor. As you listen, allow your mind to drift among castles, stables, and moonlit fields. If you enjoy this calm journey into history, remember to like, subscribe, and share so others may wander softly with us. Now, let's move into our first fact. The first fact takes us to the very beginning of a knight's life, where training began at a young age. Imagine a boy of 7 or 8 leaving the comfort of home to live in a castle under the guidance of a lord or experienced knight. He becomes a page, learning not only to ride horses gracefully, but also the gentle discipline of obedience, courtesy, and the art of handling weapons. Days are filled with soft lessons in etiquette, reading, and the care of armor and steeds, all under the watchful gaze of mentors who understand the weight of responsibility that will one day rest on the boy's shoulders. The boy observes tournaments from the sidelines, feeling the rhythmic clatter of hooves and the gleam of sunlight on polished armor, absorbing lessons in patience, courage, and focus. Over years, these moments of quiet observation and steady practice shape the foundation of knighthood, where strength is paired with mindfulness and power with reflection. Now, drifting gently into the second fact, let us imagine the ceremony that transforms a squire into a knight. This ritual, called dubbing, often occurs in the quiet glow of dawn or the soft light of a candlelit hall. The squire kneels before a lord, the sound of armor softly echoing across stone walls, while vows of loyalty, courage, and service are recited. Imagine the gentle touch of a sword on each shoulder, a simple yet profound gesture that symbolizes the weight of duty now resting upon the knight. Following this, celebrations unfold in the castle halls, though never with haste. Tables laden with bread, roasted meats, and fragrant wine as minstrels play soft tunes. This ceremony is more than formality, it is a transition of identity, a quiet acknowledgement that the young warrior now carries ideals, responsibilities, and the trust of his community, blending ritual, reflection, and the subtle hum of history into one serene moment. Now, drifting softly to the third fact, we consider the armor that a knight wore, a shining shell of protection that was both practical and symbolic. Imagine the slow process of donning plates of steel, each piece polished until it reflects the flicker of torchlight, every buckle fastened carefully, each joint checked for freedom of movement. Armor was heavy, sometimes weighing over 50 pounds, yet knights moved with surprising grace, a testament to years of training and adaptation. Beyond defense, the design of armor often displayed status, family crests, and symbols of loyalty. Picture the soft chime of metal as a knight adjusts gauntlets and helm, the smell of oiled leather mixing with the earthy scent of the armory. This armor was not just a tool of war, but a companion, quietly reminding its wearer of courage, honor, and the disciplined presence required in both battle and daily life. Now, drifting gently into fact 4, we explore the tournaments where knights displayed their skill, courage, and composure. Imagine a sun-dappled field lined with soft grass, banners fluttering lazily in the wind, and the distant murmur of spectators. lances are leveled, horses snort and paw the ground, and the rhythmic sound of hooves striking the earth creates a meditative cadence. Tournaments were training grounds, competitions, and social events all at once, blending excitement with the quiet discipline of precision and control. Knights practiced jousting, swordplay, and archery, refining their technique and testing endurance. Unlike the chaos of real battle, tournaments allowed reflection and observation, teaching patience, strategy, and the calm application of force. As the day stretches, the sun glints softly on polished armor, and the rhythmic repetition of maneuvers lulls both participants and spectators into a gentle, shared awareness of movement, skill, and quiet excitement. Now, drifting to Fact 5, we observe the Knight's Code of Chivalry, a set of ideals that guided behavior as much as swords or armor did. Picture a knight walking slowly along a forest path, the soft rustle of leaves accompanying his steps, reflecting on his responsibilities to lord, lady, and the weak or needy. Courage in battle was balanced with humility, loyalty with compassion, and honor with discretion. The code was not always written, but absorbed through observation, storytelling, and reflection during quiet moments in castles or encampments. Knights learned to treat peasants, pilgrims, and fellow warriors with measured respect, and to act with mindfulness even in the chaos of conflict. It is easy to imagine the gentle weight of this code resting on the knight's shoulders, a constant companion, shaping thoughts and decisions, guiding each action, and blending courage with contemplation in the rhythm of daily life. Now, softly moving to Fact 6, let us consider the knight's steeds, magnificent creatures central to life and identity. Horses were trained with patience and care, taught to respond to subtle cues from the rider, and groomed with gentle hands each morning. Imagine the soft brushing of a horse's coat, the rhythmic clink of tack, the warm breath rising in the cold dawn air. A knight and horse shared a deep bond, each understanding the other's rhythms, each dependent on the other for balance, speed, and safety. During battle, tournaments, or travel, this quiet partnership allowed the knight to move as one with the steed, a reflection of trust, patience, and mutual awareness. Maintaining a horse required skill, observation, and consistent care, and through this slow, reflective attention, knights cultivated not only readiness for conflict, but a soft, enduring connection to another living being that carried them through the challenges of their world. Now, drifting softly into Fact 7, we explore the quiet artistry of a knight's sword, a companion as essential as the horse beneath him. Imagine the sword, its steel glinting softly in the warm light of a forge as a blacksmith hammers and polishes with careful, deliberate strokes. Each blade was crafted with patience, balanced to rest naturally in the hand, designed to move with grace and precision rather than sheer force alone. Swords were often inscribed or adorned with symbols of family, faith, or personal achievement, each detail reflecting the identity and values of its owner. Handling the sword required reflection, control, and respect, for it was more than a weapon, it was an extension of the knight himself. The quiet clink of steel, the faint smell of oil and fire, and the rhythmic hammering create a meditative atmosphere where craft and contemplation merge in a dance of calm, deliberate action. Now, moving gently into Fact 8, let us observe the daily life of a knight in his castle. Picture the soft glow of morning through stone windows, birdsong filtering into the courtyard, and the quiet steps of servants preparing meals. Knights rose early, attending to their weapons, armor, and steeds with measured care. Between training, study, and ceremonial duties, they often practiced reading, writing, and etiquette, balancing the physical demands of battle with the mental discipline of reflection and learning. Meals were taken with awareness, conversations carried softly over bread, cheese, and roasted meats. Imagine the gentle hum of activity, metal striking metal in the armory, the whisper of parchment as records were maintained, the rhythmic brushing of a horse's mane, creating a world that blended duty, mindfulness, and calm routine. Daily life was a meditation in preparation, patience, and deliberate action, shaping the knight into both warrior and thoughtful guardian. Now, drifting to Fact 9, we find the quiet but fascinating world of heraldry, where colors, symbols, and designs told stories in ways that words could not. Picture a flag fluttering lazily in the breeze atop a tower, its bright reds, blues, and golds catching the sun. Each emblem represented lineage, achievement, or allegiance, carefully designed to convey identity from afar. Shields, banners, and even armor bore these markings, creating a visual language understood across kingdoms. Knights studied these symbols patiently, learning to recognize allies and foes, as well as the histories they carried. Imagine the subtle weight of meaning resting on each crest, connecting past generations with present actions, a reminder of responsibility, honor, and belonging. Heraldry was both art and communication, a quiet reflection of pride, identity, and the careful attention knights gave to tradition and legacy. Now, gently drifting into Fact 10, we explore the tournaments beyond jousting, swordplay, archery, and melees that allowed knights to hone their skills in measured, disciplined ways. Picture a sun-dappled field, soft grass cushioning horses' hooves, banners casting lazy shadows, and distant spectators murmuring as knights move in deliberate sequences. These events were exercises in observation, patience, and strategy, far calmer than the chaos of battle, yet every movement carried consequences. Knights learned timing, distance, and control, cultivating the ability to act decisively while maintaining composure. The rhythmic repetition of practice, the clink of metal, the warm breath of horses, and the gentle murmur of the crowd combine into a soft cadence, turning martial training into almost a meditative experience. It was a world where courage and mindfulness walked side by side, shaping not just skill, but the temperament of the knight. Now, drifting softly into Fact 11, we consider the quiet importance of knightly vows of loyalty, particularly to their lord and to their code. Imagine kneeling in a castle chapel, the faint smell of incense curling in the air, sunlight streaming through colored glass. The knight pledges service, protection, and integrity, words spoken slowly, deliberately, binding thought, heart, and action together. These vows were not taken lightly. They carried a gentle but steady weight on every decision and step. In times of peace, knights practiced patience, obedience, and guidance, while in war, these promises guided courage, strategy, and restraint. Loyalty was an inner compass, a quiet framework that allowed knights to navigate the turbulence of life, reminding them of their role within a community, the value of trust, and the power of integrity, softening the hard edges of battle with reflection and purpose. Now, moving gently into Fact 12, let us explore the armor maintenance that required patience and detail attention. Knights polished metal slowly, brushing away rust, oiling leather straps, and checking each hinge and joint with care. Imagine the faint metallic scent mingling with leather and smoke from the forge, sunlight glinting off the smooth surfaces of steel plates. Caring for armor was both practical and reflective, an exercise in mindfulness, discipline, and preparation. Every stroke of the cloth, every tightening of a strap was a quiet meditation, preparing both body and mind for duty. In this gentle attention to detail, knights demonstrated the quiet wisdom that readiness is more than strength. It is patience, observation, and respect for the tools that enable action in both daily life and in moments of high tension. Finally, drifting into Fact 13, we enter the quiet realm of knightly literature and romance, the stories that shaped ideals and inspired reflection. Knights read slowly by candlelight, immersing themselves in tales of honor, courage, and virtue. Stories of King Arthur, Sir Lancelot, and other legendary figures guided thoughts, modeled behaviors, and offered lessons in patience, justice, and chivalry. Imagine turning the pages softly, the flickering light casting gentle shadows, the quiet rustle of parchment accompanying the unfolding of narrative. These stories blended imagination and moral reflection, showing knights how to navigate the complexities of loyalty, love, and courage. Literature was not entertainment alone, it was a tool of introspection, teaching that heroism is measured not only in action, but in quiet deliberation, empathy, and the steady cultivation of character over time. Now, drifting softly into Fact 14, we explore the quiet skill of horseback riding, the foundation of a knight's mobility and grace. Imagine early morning mist curling over the fields, horses pawing gently at the soft earth, their warm breath rising in pale clouds. Knights spent hours learning to guide their steeds with subtle pressure and nuanced shifts of weight, synchronizing body and mount in a slow, flowing partnership. Riding was not only functional but reflective, a practice in patience and observation. Every turn, gallop, or halt required mindfulness, teaching the rider to anticipate movement, maintain balance, and feel the rhythm of life beneath him. In training, knights developed a deep empathy for their horses, understanding temperament, mood, and endurance. This quiet communion between human and animal mirrors the broader discipline of knighthood, where strength, control, and reflection are inseparable, a gentle reminder that mastery is both external and internal. Now, drifting into Fact 15, let us consider the quiet significance of knightly banners, which fluttered softly above camps, castles, and battlefields. Each banner displayed symbols, colors, and emblems representing lineage, allegiance, and values. Imagine the breeze lifting fabric embroidered with heraldic designs, sunlight filtering through the weave, casting gentle patterns on stone walls. Banners were visual poetry, conveying identity across distances, signaling loyalty and inspiring courage without a word. They were cared for with attention and respect, cleaned and mended patiently, reflecting the knight's commitment to honor and continuity. In battle, banners anchored morale, guiding movements and reminding warriors of shared purpose. Beyond their functional role, they were meditative, quietly connecting the knight with tradition, memory, and the serene rhythm of ceremony, weaving personal, communal, and symbolic meaning into a single floating tapestry. Now, drifting softly to Fact 16, we enter the quiet world of castle architecture, where knights spent much of their lives. Imagine stone towers rising above lush forests, sunlight warming the courtyard, and the gentle echo of footsteps on flagstones. Castles were not merely fortresses, they were living spaces, carefully designed to integrate defense, comfort, and aesthetic reflection. Each room, hallway, and stairway served a purpose, from training halls to chapels, from kitchens to armories. The layout encouraged mindfulness, with slow movement and deliberate observation fostering patience. Knights learned to navigate these spaces with awareness, considering sight lines, acoustics, and the subtle play of light and shadow. These stone walls preserved echoes of laughter, conversation, and contemplation, creating a serene, enduring environment where life, duty, and reflection coexisted. The castle itself became a partner in daily practice, shaping routine, discipline, and quiet focus. Now, drifting into fact 17, let us observe the quiet rituals of nightly prayer and devotion. Many knights began and ended the day with soft prayers in chapels or open courtyards, seeking guidance, strength, and wisdom. Imagine sunlight filtering through stained glass, illuminating the gentle swirl of incense smoke as a knight kneels with slow, measured breaths. Prayer was not rushed, it was reflective, offering moments to consider duty, loyalty, and the consequences of action. These practices created inner calm, reinforcing the code of chivalry and reminding knights that courage must be guided by conscience. Even in battle, the memory of these quiet rituals anchored thought and behavior, allowing reflection amid chaos. The meditative quality of devotion shaped character, instilling patience, humility, and a steady presence of mind, qualities as vital as skill with sword or lance. Now, drifting gently to fact 18, we explore the life of a knight on campaign, where patience and observation were as important as strength. Imagine dawn breaking over rolling hills, the soft clatter of hooves on damp earth, tents being set up with quiet diligence. Knights observed terrain, weather, and the habits of both allies and adversaries, noting patterns that could guide strategy. Meals were simple, shared in calm conversation or silent reflection, and time between movements was filled with maintenance of armor and weapons, care for horses, and careful mapping. The slow rhythm of travel taught resilience, adaptability, and mindfulness. Each day demanded attention to small details, the angle of a slope, the softness of soil, the approach of clouds. In these quiet routines, knights honed patience, situational awareness, and a steady temperament, all essential to surviving and thriving in uncertain circumstances. Now, drifting into fact 19, let us consider the role of tournaments as public ritual, blending spectacle with soft meditation. Imagine a grassy field lined with banners where knights move deliberately in sequences of jousting, swordplay, and displays of horsemanship. The crowd murmurs quietly, breaths held in anticipation, while sunlight glints off polished armor and lances. Each movement is slow and measured, emphasizing precision and reflection over reckless force. Tournaments allowed knights to practice skill, observe peers, and internalize lessons of honor and strategy in a controlled, almost meditative environment. Horses, armor, and weaponry all become extensions of self, teaching discipline, coordination, and patience. The quiet rhythm of repeated practice, punctuated by ceremonial acknowledgement, mirrors the gentle pace of life itself, connecting personal mastery with communal celebration and observation. Now, drifting softly to fact 20, we explore the art of jousting, the most celebrated expression of knightly skill. Picture two knights atop their steeds, lances leveled, galloping slowly towards each other across a sunlit field. The soft pounding of hooves blends with the distant murmur of spectators, creating a rhythmic backdrop for concentration and reflection. Jousting required precision, balance, and patience, for a single miscalculation could unseat both rider and resolve. Yet it was more than combat. It was a dance of controlled energy, a physical meditation where focus and timing guided action. Each pass of the lance, each tilt of the body taught quiet awareness, coordination, and the subtle integration of mind, body, and mount. The spectacle was grand yet measured, thrilling yet serene, a practice of courage framed by mindfulness. Now, drifting gently into fact 21, we consider the knightly pursuit of literacy and learning. Contrary to popular image, many knights devoted hours to reading and study, understanding strategy, law, and history. Imagine a quiet chamber at dusk, candlelight flickering against parchment as a knight traces words with careful attention. Literature, chronicles, and treatises taught reflection, moral reasoning, and the art of decision-making. This calm intellectual practice complemented physical training, creating a balance of mind and body, thought and action. Knowledge was not acquired hurriedly, but absorbed slowly, like sunlight filtering through leaves, nurturing understanding over time. Through this deliberate learning, knights cultivated wisdom alongside skill, patience alongside courage, and reflection alongside action, embodying a holistic approach to life that blends preparation, contemplation, and the quiet pursuit of excellence. Now, drifting softly into fact 22, we explore the quiet but vital art of sword maintenance. Knights spent long, deliberate hours cleaning, sharpening, and polishing their blades, turning a simple task into a meditative ritual. Imagine the faint metallic scent of oil mingling with leather and wood in the armory, the rhythmic motion of cloth against steel, and the soft glint of sunlight reflecting off the polished surface. Each stroke preserves not only the weapon's effectiveness, but also the patience and discipline of its wielder. Attention to these details reinforced calmness, precision, and respect for the tools that enabled survival and honor. In caring for the sword, knights cultivated mindfulness, transforming preparation into reflection and reminding themselves that readiness is as much a mental practice as a physical one. Now, drifting gently into fact 23, we find the soft importance of knightly hospitality and the care of guests. Castles were designed to welcome travelers, messengers, and allied knights, and providing food, shelter, and comfort was considered a mark of honor. Imagine a warm hearth glowing in the great hall, the scent of roasting bread and stews drifting in the air, while knights and attendants move quietly, ensuring each guest feels welcomed. Hospitality reflected the knightly virtues of courtesy, generosity, and respect. Even in small gestures, such as offering a seat or ensuring clean bedding, the practice demanded mindfulness and attention. Through these quiet acts, knights reinforced social bonds, nurtured trust, and embodied the subtle, calming power of care and courtesy, blending action with reflection and turning daily routine into a demonstration of moral presence. Now, drifting softly into fact 24, we consider the spiritual and symbolic significance of knightly shields. More than mere defense, shields often bore intricate designs, crests, and emblems, each telling a story of lineage, honor, and achievement. Imagine holding such a shield, its smooth surface cool beneath your hands, the painted symbols reflecting sunlight softly. In battle, the shield was both protective tool and moral anchor, reminding the knight of duty, courage, and the ideals carried into every encounter. Creating and maintaining shields was deliberate, requiring care and attention, as every detail reinforced identity and readiness. The quiet connection between symbol and function allowed knights to meditate on purpose, values, and the responsibilities that accompanied strength. Shields became extensions of self, carrying both physical and moral weight, reminding knights that courage is inseparable from reflection. Now, drifting gently into Fact 25, we explore the enduring legacy of knighthood beyond battlefields and tournaments. Knights inspired stories, art, and literature for centuries, capturing imagination with tales of courage, honor, and gentle reflection. Imagine flickering candlelight illuminating a manuscript depicting a knight in polished armor, his horse poised gracefully, banners fluttering softly above. These stories traveled slowly across lands, teaching lessons of patience, loyalty, and virtue to generations. Even today, the ideals of knighthood, courage balanced with wisdom, strength tempered by kindness, resonate quietly in literature, films, and cultural imagination. Knights remind us that heroism is not only measured in action, but in thoughtfulness, care, and the steady cultivation of character, echoing softly through the centuries like a gentle, guiding whisper. As we close this journey through the world of knights, let us linger in the soft glow of history. From dawn-lit castles and misty training fields to the quiet polish of armor and reflective moments of prayer, knights lived lives of measured courage, discipline, and mindfulness. Their stories, rituals, and virtues whisper across time, reminding us that strength is intertwined with patience and honor with reflection. Drift with the memory of their soft footsteps, the gentle clink of steel, and the calm rhythm of life structured by duty and care, letting these echoes of history settle quietly in your mind.